All right, we're back at the natural area, and it's a beautiful, beautiful morning. And today I want to take you to one of my favorite parts of the wetlands, and it's sort of the wetlands meadow area, and that is the Aspen Grove. Now, this habitat is called the Aspen Woodland Meadow because the aspen kind of come along with open areas. So you've got big clumps of aspen that grow together, spread out with some meadowy areas and prairies around them. Now, this will probably take a whole circle. This is a really cool example of something amazing that happens in the plant world. We've been looking at some things with seeds like the blackberry, and the blackberry has all kinds of cool adaptations for getting around. The aspen have something a little different. So we're going to get up close to it and talk about how it reproduces and gets around. It's pretty amazing. One of my favorite spots. Now, if you lived in the Midwest, other parts of the country, they think of this as a weed. I think of this as just a beautiful, beautiful tree. It's we're going to take a minute when we get under there to listen because it just makes the most beautiful sound from here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit, and you can see these leaves flutter in the wind. And that's why they're often called quaking aspen, quaking or trembling aspen. And we'll take a closer look at those leaves and see if we can see why it does that. It trembles and they flutter way more than most trees. All right, so this is a big, might call it a stand. It's a group of aspen trees. And what's amazing is that when I first got here, about 20 years ago, to Mountain View, there was only one. Check this out. Now we're walking on the little trail right through the middle of it. Aspen have these really beautiful white, they're like little pillars of white. And the sun comes through these light leaves. Okay, let's see if we can take a closer look at those leaves. I love how they're kind of like big full hearts. And as I shake it, you can see that. So the reason why it flutters is that these stems are very thin and they also have a flatness to them. So it doesn't take much. I'm blowing on it, but not working so well. It doesn't take much wind for this to flutter around. And let's take just a minute I'll get quiet and you can hear and see. And you're probably hearing an airplane, and there's some red-winged blackbirds back there saying, poke your neighbor. But there's a gentle hush sound. All right, so I want to introduce you to someone special. Now, plants aren't people. They don't have like feelings like people. They have their own kind of being. I think of them kind of as beings and almost persons. They're not human, but they're alive. Now this one right here, there's its bark. We're gonna touch it. This is it. This is the mother tree. This is the tree that was first here when I got here. You can follow it up. There's the sun sparkling through it. So this is the mother tree, and all of the other trees here are its children. And it is spread out from this central spot that used to be one tree. And there's the edge of it. So she has a strange way of reproducing. None of these children came from seeds. Every single one of them. Every single one of these trees, and some of them are skinny and little new ones. Some have been here a few years. Some are almost as big as the mother tree. They are clones. They are exactly the same genes or inherited material as the mother tree, because what the mother tree does is sends out underground roots. And that's one of the blackberry do this, but with the with the aspen, this is their main way of getting around, at least in the Willamette Valley. So it spreads out underground and it sends those roots out, and then they pop up. And the more disturbance you have in an area, the more they will start popping up. And so this is our family of aspen trees that all came from that one mother tree. It's really a beautiful spot. One of my favorite trees. So let's give one last listen, see if we can hear the breeze in the leaves. When you get out here next fall, oh, I forgot to mention, one of the best parts about this is in fall, the leaves turn a beautiful golden color, and you'll be able to come out here and get real quiet and see the golden leaves flutter and hear the breeze. All right, so here's a last maybe half a minute just listening and looking. Thank you for joining me this beautiful, beautiful morning in the aspen grove of the Aspen Woodland Meadows.